Welcome to Allie's Attic, where you never know what kind of surprise you'll find in my attic. I'm your host, Allie, and today my surprise is my first interview of 2018, and it couldn't be with a better guy. He is just a sweetheart. He was born in Nashville, Tennessee, and his music is unbelievable. You've got to hear it to believe it. Please welcome Keith Fearri. Hello, Keith.
Hey, how's it going, Allie?
Good. Now did I say your last name right?
Ferrari, yes, you did.
Ferrari. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
How are you?
I am doing awesome today. How's 2018 treating you so far?
So far, it's been fantastic. I know a lot of people are getting sick and everything. Everybody's screwed up about days, and it's fun after the holidays.
I'm still trying to catch up from 2017. I figured by 2020 I'll be caught up.
There you go. There you go. Well, I mean, me too. And I mean, I'm rescheduling people, and all kinds of crazy things are happening, which is fine. I mean, no worries. But yeah, it's been interesting so far.
Right.
Did you have a good New Year's Eve?
I always have a good New Year's Eve. I stay home and I listen to everybody shoot their guns in the air.
Yeah, basically. Oh, okay. Well, we don't have anybody shooting guns in the air, but yeah, I stay home too. It's too crazy to go out anywhere, and I mean, here it was minus 44 with the wind chill. That's Celsius.
Oh,
I know
Lord.
you guys go by Fahrenheit, and I wouldn't have no clue what that would be Fahrenheit. I just know it'd be really cold. Yeah, I watched the ball drop in Times Square and was laughing because they were saying it was, I think, 10 degrees or something, or 14, and they were freezing. I was like, really? Come here. Just come here for a minute.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No worries. Let's talk about you and your music. Now, okay,
Okay.
I already talked about you're born in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, where are you living right now? Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm living in North Hollywood, but I also bounce between Albuquerque, New Mexico, and North Hollywood, back and forth. Um, and I do most of all my staying up in California and stuff because I do all my recording up there in California.
Okay.
So, but basically, I bounce back and forth quite a bit.
All right. Now, talk about when you started performing, Keith.
Well, I started performing at a very young age, 5 years old. I actually made my first $100 singing a country western song
Wow.
by Hank Williams called "Your Cheating Heart."
Oh, wow.
Um,
Great song.
right, and at 5 years old, my father was amazed that I could actually sit there and sing without him having to tell me the words. I already had the song memorized and the melody, and that I could hold the tune. And so he figured that I had something going on there. And so as I got older, I just kept doing music and performing. And when age 17, I was signed to my first record label, which was Metal Blade Records, with an old band of mine called Lightning Strikes, which was a great album. Of course, I sounded a lot younger than I do now. Um, no, I mean, I did. I sound like Mickey Mouse back then. It was kind of interesting. Um, but I just kept doing music throughout my whole life.
Wow.
And it leads me up to now and stuff, and being with different bands and deciding to do my first solo album after many years of performing with other bands.
Yeah, that's how is that? First off, is it better to be signed? I mean, you were 17, but is it better to be signed to a label, or is it better to be independent nowadays?
A lot of people choose to be independent, but there's a lot of perks to being signed. Like, for one, money doesn't come out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Two, your publicity, all your promotional stuff doesn't come out of your pocket. It's all provided by the label. The label pays for everything that that you need promotional, whether it be TV sponsor stores, pressing, any type of literature that comes out about you. The label takes care of everything. So that's the perk to being signed.
Okay. Okay. I know I know I talk to a lot of artists, obviously, and some of them are very adamant about being independent because they have artistic freedom. And then I talk to other people who are signed, and they say exactly the same thing as you. You know, not a lot of money comes out of your pocket, and they're doing all your promotion, telling you, you know, setting up concerts, whatever the case may be. And I know some people
Right.
just don't like that. And I think now too, it's kind of changing a little bit. I mean, there's more independent labels out there now, more independent radio stations. You know, it's just, it seems to be turning. And I think it's because people want to hear different music. They don't want to hear the same kind of people all the time. Like when you turn on your radio, the top 20, you have a hard time deciphering who it is. Not that these artists aren't talented, they all are. It's just unfortunately the industry has decided they all need to sound the same. And yeah, it's a little boring, I think. Now let's talk about being on your own, as opposed to being in a band. Now, I guess there's comfort in numbers, right? Like it'd be very daunting, I think, to be on your own.
Well, yes, it is. You know, the thing about it is, you know, when you're in a bad situation and you're a front man, and you know, you're having to live by the rules of the whole band. You know, maybe the guitarist says, "Oh, I wrote this song, but I want you to sing it this way," and then the drummer says, "No, but I want it sung that way because I wrote this part." It becomes to be too much of a, you know, it's a hassle because everybody's fighting over who's going to sing what, how you're going to sing what part, or how it should be done. And being more independent, where I have control over what I do, I'm more comfortable within my own skin because I can express myself both musically and lyrically to what I feel and how I feel. You know, I would want other people to react or feel with the same way as I do on my music. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does. It totally does. Like I think I would have a hard time. I mean, I have a manager. I mean, she's my mom, but I still have a manager. But
Right.
I won't let her touch my scheduling or my communications with people coming on the show. And it's because I like doing it the way I do it, and I know how I'm doing it. And I think it would, yeah, I'd have a hard time if she started stepping in there. So
Right.
I can hear where you're coming from. Um, Now talk about your music, Keith. What kind of music do you write and perform, Keith?
Well, you know, it's hard to define what I write because if you listen to my music, and I'm sure everybody has heard pretty much everything that I've got out so far, and I'm real versatile. I go anywhere from a gothic sound to an 80s to a, you know, to a softer side of me, you know, on my ballads and stuff, like the new video I just released of my song called "If Only," which is just piano, guitar, and strings and vocals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, I don't think you can really place a label on what I am. I'm kind of all over the board right now, and
Well, and that's good.
uh, well, yeah, because it gives the listener more of a variety to listen to, and they get to hear every aspect and every side of the artist, not just one side. Like a lot of labels say, "Oh, you got to be this style, you got to be
Mm-hmm.
that style," you know. And what's nice about with me and my label is they're letting me have more artistic expression. They're letting me be able to say, okay, well, let's put this here, let's try this here. As you know, and of course, they tell me you need to change this and change that, like they're doing to me now. I have to
Mm-hmm.
change a few things,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, but that's just part of the business.
Yeah. Now you're signed right now.
Yes.
Okay, and are you signed to an independent label or is it a well-known label?
Oh, it's a well-known label.
Okay. Okay. All right, congratulations. I didn't
Well,
realize
thank you,
that till
thank you.
just now. um, Now, you talk about music being your life, and you'd be an empty shell without it. We just talked about whether I'm an artist or not. You said radio comes up under, what did you say it was? Musician?
It's a musical instrument. If you look in the book of musical instruments, it shows a radio. If you turn
Okay.
the radio on, you have to turn the radio on or turn it off to make it play.
Ah.
So it's a musical instrument.
Well, I'm a musical instrument. I'm very happy about that because I've always wanted to be something that had to do with music. So I'm glad that you shared that
Right.
with me. But I know I would be an empty shell without my music. I'm listening to music 24/7 and I couldn't live without it. And from the sounds of it, you would be the same.
It actually, I'd probably be like a zombie. music is such a major part of my life. Every aspect of my life is surrounded by music. Ever since I can remember, it's always been music for me. Um, if I'm not able to express myself, music is my way of expressing because I want people to hear part of my life through my music and
Mm-hmm.
also feel what I feel through my music. The compassion, the love, the drive, the total intensity of, what you're singing and what you feel. That is just a major thing to me to be able to share that with the people who listen to my music because if I can't express myself, then I don't know what I'd be doing. I'd probably be working at some fast food job at KFC or something. I don't know. But it's just music is just a major drive to my life, and I do it for everyone. I do it for you. I do it for all my fans, everybody that listens to my music. That you guys are what drives me, and then vice versa. It's my expression.
Yeah, and you do it well. Now the songs that you write, they are all coming from you. Now are they all about personal stuff that you've gone through? Because they're very relatable. I just want to say. So I'm just is it stuff that you've gone through, or is it stuff that you just the human, being as they are, knowing what they go through?
Everything I write is about something that's happened in my life or something that I've witnessed in my life. Like the last song that I just, everybody's been actually loving the song, which is "If Only," which is the new ballad I just put out.
Mm-hmm.
That song was written about. I was a youngster when I got married the first time. I was 18 years old, um, and my first wife, she was a serious diabetic. Well, she passed away probably about 18, 16, maybe 16 years ago.
Oh, sorry for your loss.
And that song is written about her.
Okay.
It's a lot of lost expression,
Mm-hmm.
things that I wish I could have told her, but never was able to tell her.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess everything's more on a realistic level with me as far as my musical writing.
Well, and the reason I like it, same thing kind of happened to me. We're not married. The relationship I was in about 3 years ago, weird, but I dated him when I was young, and then we kind of hooked up again when we got older. And 3 months into the relationship, he was diagnosed with cancer, and
Oh, wow.
he was gone within a year. So that song really resonated with me because and that's why I wanted to ask if it was personal, because it made me feel like, the things that I felt when I was going through all of that. So I'm glad that you shared that with us because, yeah. I love it. I mean, it's not just resonating with everybody. I mean, it is. It's beautiful, and I absolutely love it. And it resonated with me because of the loss I went through. So, um, that's why I asked if it was personal, and now we know. So,
Yes.
um,
I'm glad you enjoy it.
oh yeah, definitely. Keith, I love all your music. And like Swilly is the one that told me about you. Just so you know, Swilly said, "You've got to check out this artist." And I was like, okay. And I did, and I was like, holy crap, I need him on my show. So thanks,
Right.
Swilly, for
Oh
pointing you
yeah,
out.
definitely.
And that's one of the things I love about, I mean, you are signed, but you're still part of the independent scene on Twitter. And if anybody is part of this thing, they know exactly what we're talking about. We like joke back and forth. We talk all the time. And it's like all of you were my friends. And it's just weird. And it's just because we talk so often. And I am so grateful for social media. There's a lot of technology that I'm not happy about. I mean, I'm 50 years old. So some of it is like beyond me. But then some of it, like Twitter, just makes me
Right.
very happy because I get to meet people like you. Not just coming on my show, I get to talk to you, on a regular basis, and I love it because you guys
Well,
become my friends.
I think it's important. This is something I'll bring up. I think it's very important to be able to talk with people. I get a lot of people tell me that, hey, oh, you're famous, or you're this or that. I say, no, I'm human. I'm just like you.
Mm-hmm.
I love to talk to you. I love to interact with you. I'm not going to be one of these artists to sit there and go, oh, God, I got a million platinum records or whatever and say, oh, you're just little people. No, we're all equal. I'm no better than anyone else. And I love to speak with my fans. I answer everybody that DMs me, everything. Even if it's saying hi or have a great day or chatting with them a little bit. But I think it's very important to have that bond between artist and fan and whoever, and that it's a big important thing to me. So
yeah, it is to me too.
Express that.
Yeah, and I mean I love it too because you feel like you're part of the person's life in a way. And I try to like get on there as much as I can. I answer every DM I get, and you have to. And that's the thing, like bigger artists wanting them to come on my show just to like share their advice is basically the main reason. And I'm also a fan of a lot. And I don't even get a response. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, I guess I'm too small. I'm too little. Like, you're not going to come on my show. Joe Bonzel of the Oak Ridge Boys blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. And the respect I have for that man is unbelievable. And I like the fact that you're like that because I think you have to. I mean, if you start having people answering your Twitters for you, and managing, all your social media, it's not the same. It's not you. And it just feels very like you're too good for me. You know what I mean? You just said that.
I love everybody.
Yeah.
That's just me. I can never even dream of doing that to someone, having somebody answer my Twitters or anything like that, because that's just being fake. That's not being who you are.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was agreeing with you. I was completely agreeing with you. Okay.
I have a tendency of talking too much.
No, so do I. So we might be here for a while. No. Anyway.
Well, that's good. I got all day.
I don't. I've got to get this edited and up on my website. Now, you're talking about your first album as a solo artist. You're in the studio. You're working on it. What is it going to be called?
The album is called Sinister.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, the music that I'm putting on it is it's insane. I'm surprised at myself with this album and with what I'm writing for it. But we chose Sinister to be the title of the song because I wanted to put out something that would really just blow everybody's mind.
Well, and I'm sure it's going to, and I'm looking forward to it. So once it's released, you've got to let me know. You can come back on and talk about it once it's all said and done, or you can send me singles and I'll promote them on my website, whatever the case may be. I absolutely love you. I love your style. I love your approach to music. I love your music. And you crack me up. Keith, you've made me laugh so many times in the last little while, it's not even funny. You make my day. I absolutely adore you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, what's your song? Oh, first off, before we even get to the songs, because you are signed and have been signed, and I guess there's probably been, parts in there where you've been independent, what kind of advice would you give somebody that was just starting out today?
I think follow your heart. Believe in yourself. Never let somebody tell you you're something less than what you are. Because the music that you create, no matter what it is, or whatever genre you do in life, always believe in yourself and have faith in yourself that you can accomplish anything in your life. There's nothing someone cannot do. So don't listen to someone saying, oh, you'll never succeed at that, or you'll never be good at this, or you'll never be good at that. Believe in yourself and always be true to yourself, because being true to yourself and what you do in your life is what's going to define you in the future.
Wow, that's great advice. And I think that's great advice because you have to be true to yourself. Now, what two songs are we going to hear from you, Keith?
Well, we have Venom and The Chosen.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk a bit about them?
Well, Venom, I think it's pretty straight out there. The lyrical content is about a bad relationship. Um, but I manage, if you listen to the song all the way through it, you can hear some positive sides come out of it too. It's a great song. The Chosen is because I am infatuated with vampires. I love vampires, everything about vampires, and so The Chosen is written about vampires. So it's pretty. It's got a pretty sinister tone to it itself.
Well, so just so I'm going to tell everybody this. I love reading paranormal books. Well, paranormal romances because I'm a girl. Come on. And vampires intrigue me as well. And it makes you wonder, I think it would be pretty cool to be to fall in love with a vampire, be bitten, and live forever, and look $1,000,000. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm intrigued by them as well. I'm also intrigued by werewolves, and I think it's the fact that through all paranormal romance books, they all talk about your one mate, and everybody in the world has one mate. And we all talk about that as humans, everybody has a soulmate. So it intrigues me, and that's the part I love about it, is they find their one. So I'm intrigued as well. But yeah, I think the world would be really cool if that was all. And I mean, who knows if it's real or not, right? We never know.
Right. You never know.
Never know.
that's the good thing about it is, there's a lot of wonder and, in the unknown. Even a couple of my songs, the new songs that I just getting ready to put out, it actually addresses that. There's the truth in the unknown. Well, what is the answer? What is it we haven't seen, or is there, can we believe what we hear or see?
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting topic there.
It is. And it's the first time I've ever shared with anybody on my show that, yeah, I am intrigued beyond belief. And my family laughs at me like crazy. But yeah, I am. And I wonder. And I wish, not just wonder, I wish that they existed, because they just, I don't know. The thing about it being in a pack or being, I can't even remember what they call nests. They call them nests if you're a vampire. Right. And vampires not so much, but werewolves are very much about family and protecting. But then again, I mean, to be bitten and, like I said, live forever is a pretty cool thing too. So anyway, we'll stop talking about that because that's completely getting off topic. But I'm glad you shared that with me, because I got to share as well. So we kind of have a common interest there.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Yeah, which is cool.
A good common interest.
It is. It is. It really is. People are going to be laughing at me now. Anyway, now your website has crashed. It's being worked on as we speak, and it will be up and running again. And what is the website? It's KeithFearri.com?
KeithFearri.com, yes.
Okay. But right now, people can find you on Reverb Nation, all social websites or social media. I mean, if they want to find you, they can find you. So I urge everybody.
Just type my name and you'll find me.
Yeah, and you'll see how it's spelt when I put it up there, which is why I asked if I was saying it right. It's spelled Fearri. So it is Ferrari, but it's just spelt a little different. It'll be up on my website, so everybody will be able to find it. And I urge everybody to connect with Keith. He is an amazing human being, and he is such a talented artist. So please follow him wherever you can. And Keith, thank you so much for not just coming on and talking about your music, but talking about vampires and stuff too, because I never get a chance to talk about that. So it was very cool.
Right. And if I can do a shout out to someone.
Yes.
Who has been a big driving force in my music. Mr. Peter Griggs is my guitarist, by the way. Nobody knows this. He works with me on all my music. If you're listening to the songs, that's Peter on the guitar. So I wanted to make sure everybody knows that Peter Griggs is a major part of my music too.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Hi, Peter. That is very cool. Yeah. He's very good. Just let me say.
Yes, he is.
Everybody that listens to your music will know. So I want to say, Keith, thank you for taking time out of your day. Thank you for working with me schedule wise. And don't be a stranger. I mean, I'm sure we'll still be talking on, Twitter and whatnot. But like I said, if when your new album comes out, you're more than welcome to come back on, or I will help you promote it in any way, shape, or form. So just let me know. And thank you very much.
And you're very welcome. And I've enjoyed speaking with you and sharing with everybody out in the world. And I hope everybody has an awesome 2018.
Thank you so much, Keith. And thank you for joining me on Allie's Attic. Keep checking my website because you never know what kind of surprises you'll find in my attic. Cheers.